It's a very JoJo Siwa week, and we are ending things with a bang. Hello, my fam. Perez here, the queen of all media, the original influencer, and Celebrity Big Brother UK alum / all-star. This video is going to cover a lot of ground. JoJo has been caught lying. Plus, she's confessed to love bombing, opened up about the emotional affair that she had or did not have with Chris Hughes on Celebrity Big Brother UK, talks about her sexuality and where she stands with that now, and a lot more. JoJo just gave an interview to Us Weekly, and I actually want to start with something that might not get as much coverage as all of the other things, but that I think is just as telling and interesting. Because I'm an OG JoJo fan and supporter. Even when others have been roasting her, I've always stood by JoJo. I think that she is a role model still. I find her entertaining and inspiring. Even last year when she seemingly went off her rocker, I didn't view it that way. I would rather a celebrity have fun with being famous than, be a sourpuss and not having fun with it and constantly complaining about being famous, Last year, JoJo came out with her song Karma. The choreography was pretty iconic. People had some harsh opinions on the music video and her vocals and even live performances. Remember, they went very viral. She was drinking booze on stage and acting like Miley Cyrus in her Bangers era. Well, JoJo just shared a huge revelation about that time. She tells Us Weekly, I think Karma was fun, right? But at some point I realized, oh, I'm faking all this. I see myself on stage with a bottle of Tito's and it's water. I see myself with a fireball and it's apple juice and Diet Coke. You know what I mean? It was never real. Wow. And that's just a taste of much more to come. Now, this next part is going to upset a lot of people, but JoJo is just speaking her truth. Her time in the CBB UK house was notable for many reasons, including some interactions with American actor Mickey Rourke and his homophobic and just inappropriate ways. JoJo was asked about that, and she responded, telling Us Weekly, I think I learned very, very quickly that Mickey Rourke is not a good man, right? But two truths can exist. I can say Mickey's not a good man, and I can say I have sympathy for Mickey. And I think one thing that Mickey has not gotten in a very long time in his life is sympathy or a conversation about something rather than a celebrity story, a movie he was in. JoJo is just 21 years old, but so wise. I love her. I love her. She also reveals it was day 2 in the house. I think if we would have been deeper in, it would have been a different experience. But I also think I've just learned you're gonna get nowhere by yelling at somebody. So wise! I did not learn that lesson at her age. Something else that I'm very prominent on in my life is that if somebody thinks differently than you, whether that be on different social or political things in the world, would you get them a Band-Aid? And that's how I decide if I can be good to somebody or not. Mickey Rourke and I have different brains. We handle things differently. We're different people. I would, no matter what, if he cut his finger, get him a Band-Aid. And I think Mickey would give me a Band-Aid. I don't think he would know where they are, but the intention is there. And that's a message that I really stand strongly behind, is if somebody has different views than you, that doesn't mean you cannot coexist. Another thing that got people talking during her time in the house was her closeness to housemate Chris Hughes, the Love Island alum, and her rebranding. JoJo had previously identified as a lesbian, but while on CBB UK, she came out instead as saying she's no longer a lesbian and now sees herself as queer. And she shares surprise, saying, "That was one of the conversations that I thought would never see the light of day. But I don't mind that it did, because I actually think it starts a very beautiful conversation. I think queer joy is so special and so magical. One thing that's so beautiful about the LGBTQIA community is it's so inclusive and it's so accepting, and it is also so fluid." I'm not that fluid, but some are. "Sexuality is a spectrum," says JoJo. "People saying that my sexuality has been fake is actually crazy and a discredit to my life that I've had since I fell in love with my first girl. Queer is a beautiful umbrella term for the LGBTQIA community. I think that for me to be a woman and say I have a non-binary partner, but then also say I'm a lesbian is crazy. I just realized within myself that the way my eyes are to the world, I think I'm just queer. It has nothing to do with anything besides that. It's nothing to be ashamed of. The world is going crazy with that one, though. It flabbergasts me." Then she's asked, could you being queer open up this attraction that you might have to Chris Hughes? And JoJo responds saying, quote, "It's so funny to me that the world ran with that, because I don't want to say one thing and then change my mind one day and have the world do exactly what they're doing now. I think that's why I realized queer is such a beautiful term, because it doesn't say one thing. I've changed a lot since I was 14. I'm going to change a lot until I'm 28. I've been in beautiful relationships with women who I love and adore very much. I've been in a beautiful relationship with someone who's non-binary. I've been in a beautiful relationship with men. Throwback to my original days." So where does she stand with Chris now? She says, "What's so special about Chris and I is that our bond is so genuine that neither of us care what people make of it." And her now ex, Kath, made of it cheating. Emotional cheating, Kath claimed. And JoJo is responding. She says, "People just run with whatever they want to believe. Chris and I have a beautiful time together, and it's not changing. We are friends, and we're going to continue to be in each other's lives." She also says that her ex made the claim of emotional cheating out of anger. JoJo said, "I had a lot of talks with my ex about that, and we cleared it up. They said that out of anger and frustration, but they also know that's not true. I think that was very uncool of them, and I was very honest with them about that." Uncool. But she is opening up to being a love bomber. JoJo says, "It's a crazy concept for me, because the same person that may have said that I love bombed them also asked me to book them a business class flight home." Kath flew from Australia, where she lives, to London to support JoJo, only to be dumped at the CBB wrap party. She continues, "So I don't know if I am generous or if I love bomb. I think maybe it's a little bit of a mix of both. I think sometimes I look for a quick thing to make somebody very happy. Maybe I need to cool it on that. But I don't think I love bomb. I think I just love, and I love full-heartedly. I also think love bombing is a very new term, and saying it is so dramatic." I love her, and I love everything that she said. What do you think of all of this? Let's get into it in the comments section.